Alabama Department of Transportation crews are working to clear main highways right now as we speak. A lot of work happening out there. And right now, ALDOT spokesman Seth Burkett joining me. So Seth, some questions for you if you don't mind. First of all, just give me an idea, what do the roads look like right now?
Currently around the Huntsville area, with your routes that are maintained by ALDOT, you're going to see on your major routes, those are routes with 4 or more lanes, at least 1 lane in each direction is probably going to be mostly clear at this point, plowed. So you'll be able to see most of the pavement. Just be aware that there are still going to be icy patches, and of course, ramps, service roads, things like that are probably going to continue to be a bit icy.
Now, Seth, we are getting complaints in our newsroom from a lot of folks, not just roads handled by ALDOT, but just across the board, about how the roads have been handled, how they have been treated, about how some roads people feel should have been treated more quickly than they were. Are you hearing any of this? And did you do anything differently this time than any other time we would have this kind of weather event?
Sure, I understand that motorists are impatient and ready to get out on the roads and resume travel. Businesses are anxious to open up. But as far as how this event has been handled, I think we've handled it about the only way we could have. Motorists may not be aware of some of the pre-treatment and treatment efforts that have gone on. Leading up to this event, we did comprehensive pre-treatment on all of our routes. However, the event turned out to be primarily an ice event, whereas it had been forecast to be a snow event. You did see areas of the state farther in the northwest that did receive more snow, and some of those have been a little easier to deal with in some ways, just due to the large accumulation of snow, which is much easier for us to deal with, whereas ice is very difficult and very challenging for us to deal with. It's difficult to remove from roadways. We can't just plow ice from roadways. We have to wait for the ice to melt enough for us to be able to blade it off. And in this situation, we've remained below freezing for days now, and that has not created a lot of that melting that we need to see. Our treatments with salt, and we've done a lot of treatment, are ineffective at extremely low temperatures, and we've been at those temperatures every night. So even when we see some melting during the day, like we got yesterday, overnight, things are going to refreeze.
And I can imagine that how hard that must be for those workers out there braving the cold, trying to get those roads cleared. So what is next? I know you need Mother Nature's cooperation for sure, but once you get that, what happens then? How soon might we be able to get these roads in a position where people can confidently and safely travel on them?
Well, we're already starting to see some effects. Yesterday, we did get warm enough, got enough sunshine that you started to see some of the ice melting. Now, in a large way, that was due to the pre-treatment and treatments that had already been placed on the road. So you have salt and chemicals that are out there working to fight that ice, and the temperature rose enough that they could be more effective and actually help to melt that ice. Combined with the sunshine, we were able to start really plowing some stuff from some of the lanes, the primary lanes on primary travel roads. And, we tried to get outside lane, or at least 1 lane on all of your major routes with 4 or more lanes.
Well, Seth, let me be one of those to thank you for the hard work that your crews are out there doing, braving that cold, staying on top of this. And thank you for coming on and talking to us about this today. We appreciate it, Seth. Seth Burkett with Alabama Department of Transportation.
Thanks, Chris.
Very good information right there.